guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, if you see me keep touching my hair, that's because I'm really feeling this pink hair. I really love it. But anyway, in this video I want to talk about my relationship with my baby daddy. I want to talk about my relationship with my baby daddy and why it was so toxic and how it affected my self-esteem and the way I view myself. Yeah. Okay. So I met my baby daddy when I was 19 years old and I'm 27 now. And Lord, give me strength to talk about this. And so anyway, I met my baby daddy when I was 19 years old, and he was 21. He's 3 years older than me. But I don't know if I really explain like my relationship. I don't know if I want to make a story time or just get on here and talk. But my relationship with my baby daddy, he was abusive towards me. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I was 19 years old when I met him and got pregnant when I was 19. Had my daughter when I was 19. And while I was pregnant, he always accused me of cheating, and at this point in time I really wasn't talking to nobody. I wasn't cheating on nobody. I wasn't a player, and I'm not a player, but he would just accuse me of cheating, and I wasn't a cheater. And the first incident where I called the police is when he took my phone. He broke it. At the time and moment before I knew that I was pregnant. No. While I was pregnant, I had a friend, and we were supposed to be together, but I left him to be my baby daddy because, like, I wanted a family and stuff like that. And so, at the time and moment, my friend, well, my ex-friend, whatever you want to call it, he brought me a phone, and my baby daddy was jealous and upset. He thought that I was still messing with him, which I wasn't, but we were still friends, like talking and stuff like that, because like I really broke his heart, and I didn't want to just break it off because he was such a good person at the time. So he broke my phone. I was at my baby daddy's house, and at the time, no, I wasn't pregnant. My daughter was around. Yeah, my daughter was born at the time. I know I said I was pregnant, but I wasn't pregnant. My daughter was born at the time, and so he came in from work, and I guess he had a bad day at work. And I guess he felt like he needed to take it out on me, whatever he was going on at work. And so I was just in the room watching TV or whatever, and I was talking to him, and like from what I can remember, like I was asking him if he could do something for me or something. I don't remember quite exact what happened, but I was asking him if he could do something or get something at the store, because where he lived at, like, they had a convenience store in the apartment complex, whatever. And he flipped out on me because he thought I was texting him, and he grabbed my phone. This was in the kitchen when we had the incident happened. We was in the kitchen, and he grabbed my phone, and I love that phone too, because like I can listen to music while I'm talking on the phone. Like, I love that phone. And he grabbed my phone. He broke my phone. He broke my phone. He cracked the screen. And he got up all in my face and all that type of stuff. Make a long story short, I continued to be with him. And I had a second baby, my son, Zachariah. And back, like, he always had trust issues. And I didn't give him no reason not to trust me. Not at that time, because I really wasn't talking to nobody. And the guy who I was really good friends with and cool with, we stopped talking because I broke his heart and stuff like that. Excuse me, y'all, I'm trying to fix my wig because the stringy pieces. But I'm really feeling this vibe though. Okay, back to what I'm saying. So, at the time and moment, he didn't have enough money to sustain his apartment, so he moved in with me. I found an apartment, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was just me and my daughter at the time and moment. He stayed with me while I was pregnant with our son or whatever. And the whole entire pregnancy, we'll argue and fight. He really wouldn't help me per se because, like, my feet would get swollen, my ankles would get swollen, and helping me with my daughter, he really wouldn't change no diapers. If I asked him 1,000 times, make her bottle, and I ain't gonna sit here and just bash him. There's a time where he did act right, times where he did do things right, or things that I need to go to the store, he'll go. But most of the time, ain't gonna cap, it was all on me. And so it just started to get worse and worse and worse. Excuse me. It just started to get worse and worse. And so in 2013, after I had my son, whatever, and we argue all the time because his trust issues, and he always think that somebody playing him, or I'm lying to him, or something like that. And me and his mom don't really get along because she be mad disrespectful. She'll come in my house saying stuff dirty, like nitpicking what the kids, my daughter clothes got on. She put product in my daughter hair, like my daughter have like good curly hair, and I don't want to put any type of products in her hair. And my daughter has eczema, and she used Eucerin lotion to put in her hair. And I'm like, why did you do that? And she didn't consult with me, and I tell him about it, and he really didn't have a good relationship with his mom. Telltale signs, right? He don't got a good relationship with his mama, so why would he have a good relationship with another woman, right? But anyway, I was young, not really looking into things, like being intuitive and all that type of stuff. But anyway, so he didn't have a good relationship with his mom, that was like a sign, and so she would be mad disrespectful to me, but she's a nice person, but I just don't like disrespect because I never disrespected her or anything like that. But that's besides the point. So it started back in 2013, and I sound kind of stuffy because I'm coming down with a cold. And so in 2013, I had my son. No, before I went into labor, we had an argument, and I don't know what the argument was about. It was so petty, I can't even remember. At the time, I was 21. So he lashed out at me, and I'm full term with my pregnancy, and I'm like probably like 360. When I was pregnant with my son, I was like 360. The heaviest, I was like 360. Yes, oh my goodness, I was 360. And so 2 days before I went into labor, and before they induced me, he, and not to mention, there has been times where all through us being together 7 years, but up until 2013, that was the kicker, when things just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay, so in 2013, I hope I'm goodness in order, because like when I be telling story times or talking, I'd be like here, there, here, and there. But so in 2013, I'm about to get induced, like 2 days before I got induced, because I was full term. And I don't know what triggered in his mind or whatever. He lashed out, and I mean, like, he threw trash bags on the floor, like full of trash on the floor, and I had to pick that up. Me being full term, my pregnancy, had to pick that up. I mean, trash everywhere, knock things down on the entertainment system. And I'm telling y'all, honest to God, I didn't do nothing to this man. He just lashed out. I think he was just stressed out. Him being a father, him working, I don't know what triggered in his mind to do that to me. But there'll be times where we do have happy days, but most I can remember is like bad memories with him. Excuse me. But so that what happened before I had my son. Now, I kicked him out. I told him he couldn't live there. I told him he couldn't stay no more. So he was sleeping in his car because his mom didn't let him stay with her. And so he's living in his car, and he from Chattanooga. So he's driving around, going God knows where. I don't know where he at. He don't text me, he don't call me, check on me. How's the baby? Or how's your pregnancy? How's it going at the hospital? Or nothing. And he knew that I was about to have our son. And so he goes up here to the hospital, and he wasn't there when my daughter was born, but I wanted him there when our son was born. And he didn't stay. He came up there to get the keys to live in my apartment while I'm gone in the hospital. Like, you couldn't stay there with me and help me go through this. I'm going through this by myself. I didn't ask to have our son by myself. I didn't ask to have this by myself. You was there. Like, I just hate that. And I hate that. And so he wasn't there. At first, we were going to name our son Cornelius, but his name Cordell. So I was going to name him my son Cornelius, and it turned out that way because he wasn't there. And he don't deserve to have his son named after him. I don't care. Because he treated me like dog poo-poo. Because I was sweet, I was kind, I would cook. Even when I was pregnant, I would stay on my feet and cook. He didn't even wash no dishes, no nothing. Like, but I continued to stay. So after I had my son, he wouldn't then stay to sign the birth certificate. And I asked him to stay there to sign the birth certificate. He did not stay to sign the birth certificate or whatever. And what else happened? So I kicked him out. He didn't stay. We weren't together anymore in 2013 because how our relationship, our dynamic was. And not to mention, he'll put holes in the wall. He will lash out at me. I'm going to keep going. So anyway, so I had my son. And one day, like, he'll text me and call me or whatever. Oh, no. So, he'll text and call me. Yeah, I was thinking about something. Hold on, y'all. I know I'm everywhere. When I tell my stories, I'm everywhere. So, anyway, he'll text and call me or whatever. And, I let him see the kids or whatever. And that's cool because I don't want him to stop seeing them just because me and his relationship is bad. So, he'll text and call me, and sometimes he'll stay, or I let him stay the night or whatever. But this incident where he asked if he could move in with me. He had his bags, and I was like, no, you know, you not fit to treat me the way you treat me. I'm tired of the way you treat me. And I don't know what possessed me, because at the time and moment I was cooking, and my daughter, she was on the couch, and I had like the sectional, like the big long sectional, whatever, and my son was in the playpen in the napper, and he was like 2 months, and my daughter, she was like 2 or 3, and she was beside me, and I don't know what possessed him to get up and choke the fuck out of me. Like, he just got up and strangled me, and just because I told him he couldn't stay with me. So he got up, I was sitting, okay, so the couch was like this. So he was on this side, and I was on the back side, and my son was right here. My daughter was sitting beside me, and she was sitting there eating her food. And so I told him, Cordell, no, you cannot stay with me. We argue and fight all the time. And so something triggered in his brain, and I wasn't expecting for him to do that to me. So he just got up and just choked the mess out of me. I was like, I can't breathe. And then he let go, and I was so nervous and so shaken. I was so scared. And I got up. I said, Cordell, you gotta go. And I was just shaking. I was just so shaking. I'm like, Cordell, you gotta go. You gotta leave. And I was scared. And my daughter seen him do that, but she was too young. She can't even remember. And he left, thank God. And he left, and I called my mama. I called the police. I called his mama. And what's so crazy is the next day he turned around and choked his own mama because she wouldn't let him stay. I don't know what mentally was going on with him. I don't know how he was feeling or whatever. I don't know what was going on in his life, but my focus was taking care of my kids, my babies, and keeping them safe, and just being a mom or whatever. And I took him back, and at this time of moment, I was, you know, talking to different niggas or whatever, but I still had that love for him, and I still wanted us to be a family, but I was so stupid and young and naive. So anyway, speed up, a few years later, things kept going the way it was going, arguing and fighting, putting holes in the wall. Like, he'll get mad and just boom, put a big old hole in the wall, break stuff, broke my microwave that my mama gave me, knocked it down, broke TVs. So speed up. He choked me again. He choked me like 3 times. And I don't know, like, at this point in time and moment, I was getting tired of him treating me the way he treated me, and so I started cheating on him, and that's not right. So now that I know, like, if somebody ain't treat me right, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not gonna stay in the situation. Now I'm more mature and understanding that it's never good to cheat on somebody, no matter how they treat you, because at the end of the day, you only putting yourself in more hurt and more pain. And so now I would never cheat on nobody. I would never play nobody, regardless of how they treat me. And so he choked me 3 times, and you know, he never like punched me, but you know, he always verbal abusive towards me. He would say, oh, nobody gonna want you because you big. And if they do want you, they just want to, that's it. They ain't gonna want to be with you. And I was a stay-at-home mom. And so, like, when I did try to work, like, I was working at a hotel, was housekeeping. And there was time where I had to go in on the weekend. He didn't want to keep the kids. So I had to quit my job because I couldn't find nobody to really keep my babies. And my mom, she was keeping my sister baby. But that's a whole nother story. I feel like I don't want to talk about that. But so I had to quit my job, and I was like a stay-at-home mom. And if I did like get dressed up or feel some type of way about myself, he will make me feel bad about myself or say I'm a thought, I'm a hoe. At the time and moment, I wasn't even doing none of those things. None of those things he was claiming that I was doing. And that messed with my self-esteem. That brought me, I'm about to cry. That messed with my self-esteem. And, hold on, I'm gonna come back, y'all. Why I keep crying? I ain't gonna stop the video. So it messed with my self-esteem. And it brought me down. It made me feel low. And I kept eating. Like, when you comfortable in a relationship and you feel like that person ain't gonna leave, because at the time and moment, I know he needed me as much as I needed him. In my mind, I was thinking I needed him, but I really didn't need him. But so yeah, so I lost my train of thought. So he would, like, anytime when I kick him out, he would say he gonna kill me. He picked up knives, threatened me. When I did talk to other dudes, he'd check my phone, fight with me, break every single phone I had, that I had new niggas in my phone or whatever. And he would break it, and he'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Shonda. I'm sorry, Shonda. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." I don't care how many times they say they sorry. They is not really sorry. Don't fall for it. If you're in an abusive relationship and it's not getting worse, I advise you to get out immediately. Do not stay. Do not stay, because you never know what's in a person's train of thought. You never know what he's thinking or anything like that. Leave. Please leave. Please leave the relationship. Go to your mother's house. I don't care who house you go to. Leave. So he would threaten me. He'll bring a knife out and say, I'm gonna hurt you and all this type of stuff. He didn't want me to wear provocative clothes, but I didn't care what he said. I still wore my stuff, so whatever. And I'm not saying he's a bad person, because, you know, everybody has inner demons that they deal with and inner things that they need to fix. And I think he had something psychologically going on with him, and I couldn't fix it. And still at this moment in time, like, he has pulled my hair out my head. Like I was walking, he just and I fell to the ground, pulled my hair out my head, and he had pushed me down twice where my knee was swollen. I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks, close to a month, and still now to this day, like, my knee swells up and it hurts sometime. That's why I really can't work out that much, like when I hit the gym, and it plus my weight and stuff like that. But he will belittle me. He will say, "I ain't gonna be nothing. All you is a hoe. That's all you good for. Giving away your meow," all that type of stuff. And, like, when you already have low self-esteem, that's only gonna make it worse. And, like, it got to the point where I started believing these things. And that's why, and honestly, I just got out of a relationship with him in 2017. Now, times when it comes, you know, he started changing at the end, like around 2016, 15, and times where, you know, he do good, and then he go back to his ways. And even now, like, he been in jail for like 7 months. Now he got out at the end of July. Since he been out, he's from Chattanooga, so he stay in Chattanooga. And so yeah, so he came up here last weekend, right? And we got into an argument because he told the kids while I was in jail that he was going to work on being a family. But in my mind state, like, I told him I'm being celibate. I ain't really trying to talk to nobody, but the kids want us together. But because they tired of me seeing me bring different dudes and date different people, and I'm tired of myself. And so he lied to the kids and said that we was gonna be together, be a family, lying to the children and stuff. And it breaks my heart to see my daughter upset because, you know, that's what she wanted. My son, he really don't care too much, but it really bothers my daughter, and I care for my babies, and I don't want them seeing them sad and hurt. But at the end of the day, I gotta do what's best for us, for me and them. And it just proved it, you know, that he used me. He stole money out of my wallet. He stole $100 from me. And this is the man I have my children by. He stole money out of my wallet. He stole money out of my wallet. Not to mention that, hold on, what am I about to say? Not to mention this recently, he lied to me. My mama calling me. Sorry, y'all. Not to mention he lied to me. He lied to us. What am I about to say? Y'all, I'm losing my train of focus. So recently, we got into our altercation because he lied to me, because he was trying to get something from me. And don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I gave it up. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, people. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But I did. I broke my celibacy. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But I'm going to get back on it. You feel me? But anyway, so, because I was thinking we was going to be together, and I thought he may have changed because, like, when he was in jail, he was calling me all the time, and I put money on his books with my school money and my hard-earned money that I worked for myself. And he played me. He played me. He told me, well, I'm going to stay up here, spend the night with y'all. And he didn't. See, this is why I want to make a YouTube, talk about my issues, my problems, and growing with God and loving myself. I'm still human. I still mess up, y'all. I still mess up, y'all. Even though I post these videos, talk about stuff, I still mess up, you know. But I'm done with him. Like, he left a text message. It was like, I think it was the other day. Was it Sunday? It was Saturday. Like, my daughter, she didn't want to talk to him because she was watching a movie. And my son, he was talking to him. And he was thinking that I'm putting stuff in my daughter's head, making her not want to talk to him and stuff like that, which I do not. I just tell my kids the truth. And any problem that I do have with him, I don't really tell them that much, but my kids are my best friends, and I know there's a line that I need to draw. But so he got mad and he texted me. He was like, I should never gave you my seed, or you a bad mom, and all this type of stuff, just doing what he always do. And I just didn't care what he said, because, like, I'm on the love me journey, and I'm not gonna give into his lies and deceit, because he gonna do what he always did. Always belittle me, always talk down to me, always say I ain't this, always say I ain't that. So I just want to share with you guys about my abusive relationship with my baby daddy and stuff like that. But that's not the first relationship. The only relationship that I have been in an abusive relationship with. I have plenty stories, plenty things to talk about, and I want to share them with you guys, and I want to grow with you guys, and I want y'all to see me grow as an individual. And I just pray and hope that I may inspire you guys to do better and grow with God and love yourself. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're new, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.